Hi, and welcome to Kidney Plugged In. Today on the show, we'll introduce you to a very special young man, Jack Schwartz, who's a 7th grade student at Talmud Torah School in Vancouver. Jack and his fellow classmates raise funds for their charities of choice as part of the school's Mitzvah of Valuing Philanthropy program. Jack is an accomplished magician, and he helped to raise funds by putting on a fabulous magic show for family and friends. Inspired by his dad, Daniel Schwartz, a nephrologist, Jack chose to donate the proceeds from his show to the BC Newcomb branch of the Kidney Foundation in support of vulnerable kidney patients in BC and the Yukon. You'll meet this amazing young man and be treated to a performance of some of Jack's magic tricks too. Plus, in our Summer Safety Health Tips series, hosts Teresa and Lois share some good advice for exercising and fluid intake during the hot summer days ahead. All of this is coming up next, right here on Kidney Plugged In.
Hi, Jack. Thank you so much for being here with us today. So let's start things off. Can you tell us about the Vancouver Talmud Torah School and how you got involved with this project?
I just graduated from Vancouver Talmud Torah, grade 7. So in grade 7, there's a class called Tikkun Olam, and in Hebrew that means healing the world. And we were given the task of raising money for a charity of our choice, and I chose the BC Kidney Foundation.
That's awesome. So what made you decide to choose Kidney Foundation as the organization benefiting from your efforts?
Well, my dad, he's a nephrologist. He's a kidney specialist. And before COVID hit, I actually got the chance to meet some of his patients, which was really cool. And, you know, looking back on that now, like when we were given the task, I felt really bad for these patients, and I wanted to make an impact on them. And I started researching, and I came across the Kidney Foundation of Canada, and that's the one. That's when I knew I found the right one.
That's incredible. What was one of the most interesting things or surprising things that you learned through this process about nonprofits or the Kidney Foundation?
I didn't realize how public funding failed to meet the needs of our community, and that private charitable organizations are needed to make sure everyone is looked after.
What was one of the interesting things you found out about kidney disease during this process?
I didn't know you needed good oral care and dental health to go forward with a kidney transplant.
Is there an interesting patient story you learned about while you were doing this project?
Actually, Ramya, it's one that you told me. So this was a story about a guy named Tim who just found out he had end-stage kidney disease. And in Abbotsford, there's a gourmet food truck or gourmet hot dog stand with a guy who runs it named Scully. And Tim was one of his regular customers, and he comes by that day, and he was looking upset, and Scully asked him what was wrong, and Tim said, I just got diagnosed with end-stage kidney disease. And Scully was thinking, oh my God, that must be terrible news. Maybe I could give you my kidney? And Tim was like, what? You're just gonna give me your kidney like that? And Scully's like, I mean, yeah. And after they did that, they did some testing. They ended up to have matching bloods, and they got the transplant done, and it worked out, and Tim's perfectly healthy now. And Scully gives free hot dogs to people who have done kidney transplants, it's a very inspiring story.
So, how did you raise the money?
Well, when I was driving home one day, my stepmom, Sarah, she gave me the idea of doing magic shows since I'm a magician. So I ended up doing 2 close-up magic shows, and I sold tickets to the show. My dad helped me create a website, and we had about 10 people there, and I did 2 shows, and it was, yeah, pretty cool.
How much money did you raise?
I raised $2.6 thousand.
Amazing.
Let's see, so kidney is
These are my grandpa's kidney stones. They're very precious.
kidney is a bone in your back that helps you turn. I don't know, to be honest.
They don't know kidneys are vital, do you? Get the facts at kidney.ca.
introducing our first trick by Jack Schwartz.
To start off, I want to show you something pretty funny. I've got a couple of cards. They're red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many are there?
5.
What are the backs?
Red.
You see, the faces are blank. Let me ask you something. What color on the face is at the bottom?
White.
That's what they all said, but I said, no, that's an ace of spades.
Oh my God.
I said, what are the rest of the cards? They all say blank. But you see, that's when I can actually produce a full hand of a royal flush. But what color were the backs again?
Red.
No, they're blue.
Summer is here, and in our summer safety series, we have some helpful tips for not only kidney patients, but all of us, how we can stay safe, having fun, and enjoying the great outdoors this summer. Guiding us through some of the do's and don'ts of summer living is Lois Newfield, a renal nurse with many years of experience in the industry. Welcome, Lois.
Thank you for having me, Teresa.
So our first topic is get out and go outside. Get moving.
So the healthy summer living, we tend to think that we get busier during the summer, that there's more things going on. We do have to, though, still make a specific point of getting active, getting moving, and to aim for times of the day that may not be as hot, activities that we may not do all year round, that we may only do in the summertime. There is the recommendation, and I'm not sure how many of you grew up at a time that we had participation in school, and we had the various initiatives that we did as a school group. Participation is back. They're actually encouraging communities to get together and as a community increase their activity levels. So the goal is that an average adult should aim for about 150 minutes a week. That doesn't have to all be together. If you can do 5 30-minute segments, if you're walking to work and you walk 15 minutes there and you walk 15 minutes back, if you're there and you're happy, maybe you want to actually start walking to work and then walking a little bit further before you go home, so that you're increasing your walking time a little bit each day, so that maybe you're doing an hour of walking a day to get a little bit more activity. But to be creative, it could be playing in the sand with your grandkids, building sandcastles, going swimming. Now, if you are a kidney patient and you have an access, you may need to be aware of the limitations with swimming and accesses, and just how to safely protect your access during swimming. Do you have a community center in your area? Does it have a gym? I know we just had Seniors Week, and they had free drop-in sessions for people to learn how to use the gym equipment, to learn how to do weightlifting. Is there like a senior center or some other type of center? Is there a Mums and Tots program that gets out and gets active and gets various generations playing together? Not everybody has to be a serious athlete and that's doing the Ironman triathlon or even like the Gran Fondo bike race. Everybody can have fun. Get out, play, have fun, get moving, garden, plant your plants, take a walk on a trail that goes through your community, go for a hike with a friend. I was asking a group of friends kind of what all they were doing this summer. I got chair yoga, pickleball, from several people, gardening, walking, lawn bowling. Somebody said they had just started doing seated exercises because they have some challenges. The other one that came out a lot was balance. With their getting out and getting moving, a lot of concentration now as we age, that we really need to be aware of our balance and that we're keeping our balance good so that it works towards falls prevention as well. I know in our local dialysis unit, we have introduced little pedal bikes. So you might be able to combine some of your physical activity during your treatment so that they can ride on the little pedal bikes while they're doing their dialysis treatment and get some time in there. Teresa, what have you thought on getting moving and healthy summer living?
Well, certainly all of those are great ideas. I'm not going to do a triathlon either, but the Kidney Wellness Hub, of course, has our wellness walking group that you can join and get some tips on how to get started, whether you're walking that 10-15 minutes to work or to go to the store. I know for me, if you treat me with food at the end, you're more likely to get me out walking, so that always helps. And of course, swimming, if you're able, is also a really great exercise. You can also take your laptop out and do yoga in the park or do some of our chair-seated exercises that we have on the Kidney Wellness Hub. The main point is just to get out there, as you say, and have fun.
If you're starting out and getting moving is just part of you're just starting there, you don't need to start with 150 minutes a week. It may be that instead of walking 2 minutes, you're walking 3 minutes, you're walking 4 minutes. It may be that you're introducing it slowly. We don't want you to go out and get injured. If you have specific medical conditions that you might need to consult with your physician, also do remember that you have people in your community like occupational therapists, physiotherapists, people that can help you. So if you're having challenges with your mobility, if you're finding new or different aches or pains or challenges, do not hesitate to consult those people, your medical team, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, to get the things that you need to be able to facilitate and support your goal to get moving and get active.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lois, for sharing with us.
So for my second act, I want to ask you something. Have you ever been to the factory of playing cards? I have. Over there, they don't give you a box. They just give you a little cardboard shaped like for playing cards and expect you to print it. So once you get good, you should actually be able to print it just like that. Now I can actually take that box, and if you actually do it right, you should be able to get a full deck of 52 different playing cards, just like that.
So tell us, what made you get involved with magic?
Well, I was planning on buying a deck of cards one day, and I went to the store and I grabbed a pack, and then that night I was just trying to I saw this cool thing you can do with cards, and I was trying to do it. I saw it on social media or something. And my dad, he's an old magician, and he's not done it in so long, but he comes up to my room. He's like, Jack, can I teach you an easy, cool trick? And awesome, I learn it and I practice it a lot, and I show it to some of my friends, and after that I realized magic was something I loved doing, and I kept on practicing it, and now I'm really good, and yeah.
What's the organization you belong to, like the Magicians Group?
I'm part of two groups, the Vancouver Magic Circle and the International Brotherhood of Magicians.
That's incredibly impressive. I definitely did not have any hobbies as interesting as that when I was in school. So Jack, what was your favorite part of this whole process?
Probably doing the magic shows. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
I'm sure the people that came to your shows felt the same way too.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you hope that the money you raised will achieve?
I hope it will support people living with kidney disease and the struggles they may face on a day-to-day basis.
What do you hope that sharing your story today will achieve?
I also hope it will show people that performing as a magician can be a powerful way to impact the world around me.
Tell us about setting up this magic show and how the day of was and why it was different for you.
Well, it was my very first magic show I've ever done, so putting through all the routines, putting this in order for a 40-minute show is very new for me. I've never done it, and it turned out pretty good. And to put my tricks, I just took a little bin I found in my house. I just shoved all my things in there and I just put it under the table. I actually just did it on my dining room table, and I went at the head of the table. I just put my bucket underneath and just kept on grabbing and pull it up. Yeah.
Is there a secret you can share with us about your magic?
I'll tell you one thing. Magician's rule: never reveal a secret. Hi, Ramya.
Hello.
Whenever you're ready, you can just say the word stop.
Stop.
Right there?
Yes.
Would you like to go further? Is that good?
No.
Right there?
Yeah.
All right, sure. I want you to have a look at that card right there, all right? Can the camera see that?
Yes.
Everyone's got it?
Yes.
Perfect. Now, I'm just gonna, here's what I'll try. I'll show you a card one last time, okay? Right there. The camera can see it?
Yeah, that's
awesome. I'll leave it right there in the middle, okay? I push that in. With a snap of the hands, it's back in the card. Pretty crazy, right?
It is crazy.
But some people think that I use a bunch of 10 of diamonds, right? So I'll give you my little Sharpie.
Yeah.
And you can sign your name across that 10 of diamonds. Now, Ramya, by doing this, we know there's only one 10 of diamonds, and it's impossible to duplicate, right?
Yes.
So it's impossible to come off, right?
Yeah.
It's not coming off.
Nope.
right there. Go somewhere random in the deck, approximately halfway down, I'd say.
Yeah.
Now, when I snap my hands and I say the magic word abracadabra, it's back to the top again.
Amazing.
Now this time, I'm just gonna leave your card right there. Just get buried down under.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You gotta watch very closely. See that?
Yeah.
So your card finds its way back at the top. Now, it's pretty cool, but some people say to me, well, Jack, I never get to see my card face up in the pack, right? So there it is, the 10 of diamonds. I'll leave it face up right there.
Mm-hmm.
You see it with your signature.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Goes in the middle of this packet. Wouldn't it just be crazy if your card was on the top?
Oh my gosh.
Here's what I'll do. I'll leave your card right here, and I'll mark it with a Sharpie. Would you mind just holding onto this packet? Don't mix it, just hold onto it. I'll take your card right here, okay? I'll place it in this packet. When I snap my hands, and I say abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
Well, I mean, the truth is, I actually have the middle pack. I give you the top portion, right? This is only the middle portion. And actually, it's supposed to go to the top, not the middle. You've been holding onto that packet the entire time. No.
What?
Wouldn't that be crazy if your card jumped over into that packet?
Should I check?
Show the camera.
So Lois, let's talk now about balancing your fluid intake during the summer. That's a complicated situation for some kidney patients, isn't it?
It is very complicated. And so depending on where you are in your kidney journey, and for a lot of us, depending on where we are in our general health journey, in our general life journey, keeping our fluid balanced is a big deal. So it depends really where you are on your kidney journey. You really do need to talk to your medical team to find out what is your optimum hydration for you. For some people, you would need to be increasing your level of fluid intake, especially on hotter days. You need to be aware of what are the signs that you are starting to drink too much water. Maybe you're on a routine of weighing yourself every day to see where your fluid balance is at. Maybe you weigh when you go in for your dialysis treatments, or maybe when you're doing your home dialysis, your pre-dialysis weight. Be aware of dehydration in context of things like if you were having a few more alcoholic beverages in the summer than you normally do, if you're having more coffee on the deck with friends, that's going to dehydrate you. So be aware also of what fluids that you're taking in. Having good choices in the fluids that you're choosing to hydrate with. Our new recommendations are even for no more than 2 drinks a week is what the government has come out with. So be aware of how much alcohol. We took a few more barbecues, a few more social gatherings in the summer. And so we might be drinking a few more drinks. We might be having things that we don't normally have, some more sodas than we normally have, maybe a few more coffees than we normally have. Some people too do find that if there's drinking a lot of ice water, that they might get some stomach cramps. So just kind of play that off. Listen to your body. Watch for the signs of dehydration and watch for the signs of overhydration. Talk to your medical team, maybe the nurses at the kidney care clinics that you go to, and have a chat about how do I know what my optimum fluid levels are for me. Be aware as well that some medications can impact on your fluid balance and how much fluid you need to take in, and my mind just left me.
Well, that's all wonderful. And certainly, depending on what stage in your journey, it makes a difference, right? I can remember when I was on dialysis, freezing things that I loved would help me because the colder it was and I could suck on a frozen grape or a small piece of watermelon was really helpful because those are higher in fluid, but yet frozen slows them down. And whereas a transplant, as you say, if I have an alcoholic drink, I have to make sure I'm drinking twice the water that I am taking in alcohol, or I feel dehydrated. So it's really interesting how much that can affect you. What you're drinking makes a difference, right?
Yeah, and freezing the fruit, that's a really good tip. Some people will use gum. Some of the literature talks about using swabs and stuff. I haven't met anybody that really likes to use mouth swabs to moisten their mouth. I think much rather would be sucking on a frozen grape or sucking on a watermelon. But doing those things, that's an excellent idea to bring in a little bit of moisture, also a little bit of that cold comfort that we crave in the hot summertime.
Yeah, the other trick I used to use if I was really feeling that I needed to do something but my fluid was too high was to actually brush my teeth out. Just doing that simple act. But that's amazing. Thank you. We'll certainly be sure to talk to our medical team. If we're a normal person with a functioning kidney, is it possible to drink too much water?
There are some extreme situations that yes, you can drink too much water, and they can also be situationally related. It's usually a very rare extreme situation that you would get into too much water.
Well, thank you for all of that information, Lois.
Okay, Ramya, I'm gonna use two of my favorite cards, the two black jacks, the Jack of Spades and the Jack of Clubs.
Yeah.
Would you mind having a look at those, make sure they're normal, nothing's funny about them? Look all right?
Yeah, okay.
Awesome. We can just leave these on the table for now. Now, I'd like you to just say the word stop.
Stop.
Right there?
Yeah.
Would you like to go further? No, you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Right here. Now, I want you to have a look at this card, all right? But don't tell me. Got it? Show the camera? Perfect. Now, let's try this. I'll take your card. I'll leave it in the middle, right there. Now, I want you to see, over here, I've got the Jack of Spades and the Jack of Clubs. I'm gonna keep these right here. Watch very, very close. 3, 2. One card actually jumps over here.
Yeah.
And it vanishes from this packet.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this be crazy? What was your card?
My
What was your card?
Queen of Clubs.
Thank you for joining me on this trick. Before I begin, I just want to state one thing. This is my prediction card. Don't flip it over. I just want to put it closer to you so I can get to it. Now I'm going to drop cards like this. Whenever you want to say the word stop.
Stop.
Right there? Okay. I want you all to have a look at this card. Can the camera see that?
Yeah.
Got it? Now, before I began, remember how I made one prediction?
Yes.
It's been there the entire time. I haven't touched it.
Yeah.
Flip that card over and show the camera.
Leave me a message and I'll get back to you.
I can't believe it's been almost 20 years since we met. My whole life has changed. Whenever I felt alone, you were there for me. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I couldn't have done it without the Kidney Foundation. And now, I need you more than ever.
Ramya, do you like juicy fruit or double mint?
I don't like either.
I mean, I kind of gotta agree with you. These things are very, very sweet.
Too sweet.
They're more for kids, you know?
For kids, exactly.
What about Trident? Do you like Trident?
I do. So how did you actually make the money at the magic show?
Well, I did, we sold tickets online. We did Eventbrite, I think it was. And yeah, so we did that. We told people in our community, some of my friends, some of their friends' parents, yeah. And it was just going around and yeah.
Did you learn any new tricks for the show?
I focused on doing tricks that I've already mastered.
That's awesome. Is there a favorite trick that you have that you like to do for people?
It's a very famous routine. It's called the cups and balls routine. It's probably one of my favorites, yep.
Awesome. And then, so now I'm gonna ask you a little bit about the clubs you're involved in. So I understand you're part of 2 clubs. What do you like most about being in those clubs?
Well, it's a very welcoming community. There's a lot of mentors like Sean Farquhar, Rod Boss, and many others. I've also made lots of friends there, and yeah.
What do you do at the meetings?
Well, there's competitions, there's practicing time, like, you know, you can show your friends new moves, you know, There is lectures, you learn new things, it's great.
Where do you learn tricks like on your own? Do you like...
Well, my dad has taught me a lot. I learned from YouTube. YouTube is a great source to learn from. There's a lot of great books to learn from. And yeah, that's mostly it.
Yeah, so can you name some specific mentors that have been important to you in your magic journey?
For sure. So Sean Farquhar, he's a really nice guy. He's helped me a lot. Rod Boss is a really nice guy. He has helped me a lot too.
And your dad, right?
Yeah, my dad, he's taught me a lot. Well, probably taught me most that I've learned.
Mitzvah of Valuing Philanthropy Day, we all got together. How did that feel, seeing you and your peers be able to share the work you did?
I thought it was an amazing opportunity for us to all learn about selling and all that, but it's also good for us to give back to our community, I think. And I think it was a really well put together project.
Well, Jack, I specifically want to say thank you for the money that you raised for the Kidney Foundation.
You're welcome.
And thanks for being here today.
Of course, thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone. This is a very old trick of magic. It's referred to as Scotch and soda. Here I have an American $50 and a British penny, okay? I place these in my left hand, just like so. See those right there? All I do is squeeze very, very, very firm. It will blow. It's almost by magic. I'm only left with the American $50, and in my other hand is the English penny, just like that. What was on the face?
White.
White? See, it's actually an ace of spades. You were wrong.
Wow.
But not just an ace of spades.
That was good, though.